Sacrifice. Let me tell you one little but very serious secret. For each particular challenge, trouble, bad habit, sickness, pain, frustration or delay you are going through, offer a sacrifice for it. Also, you can turn it the other way round. Every good gift, blessing you have, you can sacrifice for their sustenance. Wicked people do this a lot, but so many Christians are very ignorant or stingy. And God said, because His own children are ignorant they will be destroyed. Ignorance destroys, John chapter 10 verse 10. Of all the principles in the world, sacrifice is the highest and strongest. Sacrifices will allow you win battles without fighting. God does not necessarily need to fight. He just wins. Invite all the fighters, wrestlers, strong and big-chested men in the world to join you and fight against God. God will just snap His finger and all of them will die. Nobody can help you except God helps you. That does not mean you should not do your best to do what He commanded you to do. In this chapter I want to talk about sacrifice. Sacrifice, according to Professor Holy Rock, is allowing the spiritual take over your battles and win it for you. Your offering can fight your battle, but it might not win. Not everybody that fight wins. They might win some, but if the battle is stronger, they lose. By the time you practice all the principles in this book and you keep practicing them for the sake of sustenance, no devil anywhere can have dominion over you again concerning this particular issue. Please pay close attention to what I'm about to share now. 2 Kings chapter 3 verses 26 and 27. And when the king of Moab saw that the battle was too sore for him, he took with him 700 men that drew swords, to break through even unto the king of Edom, but they could not. 27. Then he took his eldest son that should have reigned in his stead, and offered him for a burnt offering upon the wall. And there was great indignation against Israel, and they departed from him, and returned to their own land. When the king of Moab saw that the battle was too hard for him to win, he took 700 men. That indicates the battles of life. That challenge you are going through. These 700 men were not just men he picked from the streets. These were trained military men. The doctors had carried out X-ray on them and confirmed they had no sickness in them. These were men trained to fight and kill without looking back, but they could not win this particular battle. If you study the Bible, you will see men and women who fasted and got victory. Some of such were Esther. Even Jesus said, "This kind goeth not except by prayer and fasting." In verse 27, he took his eldest son just as the Lord had planned to sacrifice his only begotten son for the salvation of mankind. The king of Moab did it. In other words, he did what God had in mind even before God brought in Jesus Christ. The king of Moab didn't do it unto God, but God was surprised. And the law of sacrifice, which is stronger than man, made way for him. Carry a sacrifice, seed and drop, send or give to anyone you respect or have being a blessing to you. Before you do that, tell God and speak to the sacrifice by saying, "Lord, I am tired of masturbation. I have tried all I can to stay free, but is not working. I am tired, but I can't help myself. With this sacrifice I give you permission to intervene in this area of my life where I am very weak, because, if you don't, there is nothing I can do." Then drop your sacrifice and continue practicing the above principles. You will see what will happen in your life. You might have a dream, you might find yourself in a trance, you might feel or see something leaving your body or a part of your body, or you might feel or see something coming into your body. That something is the Holy Spirit if it is coming in. You might experience all I said. You may not even experience it, but you will just notice you are beginning to gain victory or have gained victory. To have some invisible speed in this issue, while you are practicing all these principles, sacrifice something by sowing a seed. It could be money, your time, product, vowing to be a good person and so on. Please note, this does not counter principle. In fact, obeying principle is the highest sacrifice. But doing this type of sacrifice is also important if you can. But if you do this and neglect principle, I'm sorry for you. The greatest form of sacrifice is obedience, not blood, money or whatsoever. Out of all the billions of people in the world, only few are obedient. Sacrifice is something that pains you. Offering is something that does not pain you. Obedience pains when you are just starting. That is why very few are practicing it. Today we have seen how sacrifice can be of great help. Till God brings me your way again. I am Professor Holy Rock. And I'm saying, remain sexually clean.